The best news that actually changed for me was when my cholesterol levels went back to normal. That was a major one. And not only just my cholesterol levels going normal, but me being stopped from taking my cholesterol medicine. That thing had bothered me a lot, so I don't take cholesterol medicine anymore. My name is Caroline Gaki. I'm basically a God-fearing person and a goal-oriented person. So I had very many challenges with my health. And I would say my one major problem that I had was I had issues with cholesterol. So one day I go for a checkup in the hospital. My doctor was so concerned about my cholesterol levels. I got so stressed. I started not eating. I made it worse. So I had to find a way of how do I navigate my cholesterol levels. And I was eating a lot. I'm a foodie, someone who likes food and good food. And I had to find a way of how do I navigate this problem. So one day in my room, as I was watching, I was just going through my Facebook page. I come through, I see a clip of a lady talking about Live Heal. Then I got interested. It just popped out. I just saw an app when you just scroll through your Facebook and you're just taking what's happening. I was trying to take my mind away from the issues I had for the day, which was cholesterol being high and me being overweight. So I come through, I see this app, this video, Then I read through it and she made sense. Because what caught my eye was, she said, are you ready to eat, are you ready to change your health eating patterns in a way that it will be a lifestyle change? I had done other previous weight loss programs, including keto. It didn't work for me. It didn't work well for me because I don't like fats. So it was a struggle. It was a challenge. So I came to learn about this program through a Facebook ad, a Facebook video, which I read through, and I got interested and I got curious. I went all the way to the website, read through, and I said, what do I lose? Nothing. So I decided to join. That's how I joined. So the weight issue has been for the longest. I think since I joined the 30 club, 30 years and above club, I think my weight issues started. And for cholesterol, it has been now, this is the second year. Because the first, I did a test last year and this year. So last year I had struggling with cholesterol. It was very high. At the beginning, it was just showing danger signs. But at the end of the year, I was in extreme trouble. My cholesterol levels were so high that I had to be on cholesterol medicine. That was it for me. That made me panic. That made me fidget. That made me have sleepless nights. I asked myself at this age, why should I be taking cholesterol medicine? That was a very big blow for me. I actually was very concerned about it. And the moment I had to take that pill every day was torture for me because I was not understanding what is this I have done to myself that I have to start taking cholesterol medicine. So that's how it all started. I've been eating normally, like what other people eat normally. That was my food, my diet before. I eat normal meals. I'm not a very junky person. I don't like chips and chicken so much and fried food so much. But even after that, my cholesterol went high and it was on the roof. So I was really concerned until I started very many things, including taking apple cider, doing very many things to actually pull it down. Okay, on a typical day before the program, I used to love mandazis. So where I stay, there's a local joint for a guy who makes very tasty mandazi. I was an addict. So I used to love mandazis, and at the same time, I used to love ndoma and gwache and bread. So those used to be my type of breakfast, and I used to love Weetabix cereals. So on a normal day breakfast, I will do either mandazi, or there's a day I'll do ngwashe, there's a day I'll do ndoma, and I'll do with. I like taking black coffee without sugar in the morning. That has been a tradition for some time. So I used to do that. For lunch, I would where I work. I'm working where I work. We used to have people who deliver food to the office. So I never used to be such a meaty person. So most of the time I would eat the cereals, rice, beans. There's a day I'll do meat. There's a day I'll do chicken, but I don't do fish. I'm not a fan of fish. So typical meal is just the normal meal, a Kenyan meal. So first, when I joined this program, I had to change the type of food I eat. I had to eat food with no oil. That was a major one. My first question was, what are you talking about? Food with no oil. How is it going to be swallowed in my throat? First of all, not cooking, how it will go down. So that was a major issue for me. I didn't know it was gonna be fun and it's gonna be tasty. So what has changed so far for me is learning how to eat a plant-based diet and making it fun, tasty, healthy, and yummy. Because yummy is a big thing for me. So what basically has changed is I've learned how to make food without oil. I've learned that a vegetable plant diet can really complement your whole food diet. There's nothing you will miss from eating a plant-based whole food diet, nothing whatsoever. But before I started doing it, when someone would tell me that, I'm thinking, you don't know what you're talking about. Until I experienced it, I did it, and there are changes. So the first change was I stopped being bloated. See the way you eat food and all of a sudden you're so full, like you feel like you can't move anymore, or you started feeling sleepy. That changed for me. My skin changed. I had a lot of acne issues on my face. My skin changed, even my skin tone. And in fact, at one point, my mom asked me, "Have you bleached?" Because my face was dark. My hands before my face was dark, but my hands were brown. So I asked my mom, "Excuse me, mom. Look at my face and look at my hands. They're the same. So I've not bleached." They're like, "Oh, it was their acne." That was one way of how I knew. And then I had serious cravings for food. I used to be this one person who did breakfast at 10 o'clock. I would eat something. At 12 o'clock, I would eat something. And at lunchtime, I have to eat, mandatory. And I used to be this kind of a person who was nikisikia njaa, nothing will work. Nothing whatsoever. I have to eat first before I do anything. So that serious cravings stopped. Now I don't eat too much, actually. I do breakfast, in between I do a fruit, lunch and dinner, early dinner, and that has worked for me. So I would say I sleep better, my energy levels are better, and naturally I have a good feeling about my body. The best news that actually changed for me was when my cholesterol levels went back to normal. That was a major one, and not only just my cholesterol levels going normal, but me being stopped from taking my cholesterol medicine. That thing had bothered me a lot, so I don't take cholesterol medicine anymore, and I enjoyed the program. I tried keto. The last one that I'll talk about, the last one I tried was keto diet. So keto, I came across it on social media also, and I tried it based on the information I got on social media, and based on the information I could Google and all that. So I didn't have someone to take me through the whole keto program, but I was following what other people are doing, because if you notice on Facebook, there are so many keto programs. There are so many keto groups, actually. So that was a challenge because it was try and error. I had a coach who would take me through. I would explain to them what is the challenge for today, and we'd handle the challenge for today as today. And he would give me tips on how to navigate the current challenge I have. Like I remember there's a time my energy levels had gone down, and he told me what to do. Like I had to increase my vegetables, drink water, and make sure I do fruits in the morning. And that helped. It changed everything. So, and I noticed the difference of why it is important sometimes to take fruits in the morning, not during the day. That was a big one for me. Yeah. So I think that consistency of having someone who will check up on you on a day-to-day on how you're doing when you're doing something new, and you just even to get the confidence of what you're really doing and it's working. Yeah. Number one was sleep and sleeping patterns. I'm a movie person. I love movies. So, you not believe it, but movies are only watched during the day these days. At night, no. So sleeping patterns, and then one other aspect that I enjoyed that I learned is how to cook healthy food, tasty food, and I don't have to feel like a weirdo when I'm doing that. Like, for example, I work in an office setup, so I carry my food in the office. So when I want my food, everyone in the office is asking me, what have you brought today? We know you are a foodie. Then they eat the food. Then they try to taste my food. Then after that, I tell them, you know that food didn't have oil? They're like, no. Like there's someone who literally took me to task. He had to wash my containers to prove that the tin did not have fat, and they believe that you can eat yummy food without fat. I met some of the items, some of my targets. Others are work in progress, because I believe matters towards health, you continually work on them. It's not a PESAPAP option. It's a life continuous process. So there are goals that I've met. I had like 6 goals. One of them, I wanted to fit into a wedding dress, which was size 12. I wanted to be healthy and stop feeling fatigued and tired all the time. And then I wanted to change from size 14 to size 12. I wanted to normalize my cholesterol levels and be out of cholesterol medicine. I wanted to maintain my body shape and my body figure. I wanted to reduce my weight from 98 to 75. So out of all these goals, the one for cholesterol I've met. I'm not on cholesterol medicine. Changing of size from 14 to 12, I'm size 12 right now. Reducing my weight, right now I'm at around 90, so I'm working towards getting there. I stop feeling fatigued and tired all the time. That one is there. So I'm working on one actually right now to reduce my weight now from 90 to 75. A typical meal, okay. So I'm still back with my washes and romas. I still love them. But now I used to make my food in the house. Like I'd make my own vegetables with no fat. I learned to enjoy brown rice. Interestingly, that was fun. I used to cook brown rice. And then I'll do, like, for example, a mix of vegetables like the peppers. I love the peppers. I also love minji. I'll do a stew of minji. That was fun. And then I learned to do also salads for evening, which was really nice. With a plant diet, you eat as much as you want to your full. It's not limited to quantity. So if the vegetables, I eat as much vegetables as I want. If it's the fruits, I eat as much fruits as I want. In fact, now I have had to learn to take in different types and varieties of fruits, which was interesting because my only 2 fruits that I used to love was bananas and pineapples. Now I've had to learn how to eat grapes, how to eat strawberries. I had to venture out, and it became fun. So my day is just basically eating healthy food, but a plant-based, including all the types of cereals. That also I enjoy. Jahe, dengu, beans. That also was fun for me. Yeah. What I liked about the program was I ate food, I was full, and never used to feel as if I've cheated. Cheated in terms of this is something healthy I'm taking in my body. Not like the way you go and eat chips and cuckoo and they're thinking, how many calories have I taken today? So if I take my vegetables and my brown rice and my minji or my dengu or my beans, I think I've taken a healthy diet. So that was very important for me. So it's changed how I look at food, how I look at healthy eating, because it's not based on just the junks. It's based on what do you take in at every single meal. That became clear for me, because I used to eat, but not everything I was eating was healthy, and because it ended up leading to my cholesterol being high. But when I went to the plant-based diet, the moment I stuck to it, my cholesterol went away. How I created this plant-based whole diet was like how our parents or our grandparents used to eat before. They used to eat healthy food. They used to eat ngwashes, the ndomas. They never used to have kina burgers, kina chips. They never used to have that. They used to eat a healthy diet. So it made sense for me to start the program, because I'm thinking, I'm eating healthy food. And it's not something that I don't know of. It's something that you have. It's something that is locally available. It's not something that you have to go think about it. So someone who's at the edge, try it. What do you lose? That's what I asked myself, because you're not taking in something wrong. You're taking in something you know what you're taking in. So if you're on the verge of asking yourself, why should I do this program? The question is, why should you not do the program? You will never know the importance of something if you don't try it. Try it out and see the change that you'll make for you. Then you can be able to know if it's working for you or not working for you.